mortgage.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
Welcome back. The program is Housing Development. Over the years on this program have showcased the housing plight of some Nigerians in areas where they live, especially the housing plight of residents in informal settlements. Let's get to watch some of these reports today.
Housing TV Africa visited the vibrant but quiet Achala community, nestled in the heart of Awka North, Anambra State. We delved into the daily challenges faced by its residents and uncovered the realities that shape their lives. We posed some crucial questions to the residents, aiming to understand their experiences. Firstly, we asked, what challenges do you face as a resident in Achala, specifically in areas of water, power supply, insecurity, bad roads, and waste management? Our team observed various aspects of Achala to bring you a comprehensive overview. The major roads, including the major entrance, seemed properly tiled, well maintained by both the community and passing vehicles, although the inter roads weren't looking the same. Access to water is abundant, with individual houses enjoying the benefits of the stable power supply, ensuring a continuous flow of clean water.
Okay, the living condition. We have lights here. Every blessed day, 24 hours we have lights. Then we have water, 24 hours. But the small problem we have is the load. But I know by the special grace of God, everything will be okay.
However, security remains a concern in Achala, with reports of occasional incidents like kidnapping and armed robbery, urging residents to exercise caution. When we spoke to a resident of Camera, she told us that our men in masks came occasionally to rob or kill in the community. Another main observation was waste management. Little to no strategies in place, evident from littered streets and markets. Monthly sanitations, while mentioned, seem to have limited impact in Achala, a community filled with resilience and warmth. Challenges exist, but so does the spirit of its people. As we wrap up our visit, we hope to shed light on the areas that need our attention and commend the community's efforts in maintaining its charm.
Living in Kaduna State can mean having access to an affordable life. But what does living in Kabala Doki, a neighborhood in Kaduna North local government area, mean? Kabala Doki, a neighborhood in Kaduna State, is not left out in the dictionary term of the word suburb. The population in this neighborhood cannot be questioned, as it has grown to become a busy area because of the market. A street named Lagos Street in Kabala is not so habitable for residents, as the living conditions are not conducive. Even at that, the cost of living in this area has increased drastically. Alhaji Abdul Qadir Jafaru, chief of Yoruba people in Lagos Street, who has been living in the area for many years, expressed his dissatisfaction over the living conditions of the area.
Living condition in Kaduna now is very high. Before we are renting one single room, 15,000, 20,000. Now going to 50,000 now for a room. So the living condition now is too high in Kaduna now.
Malam Suleiman narrated the harsh living conditions in Kabala Doki. Speaking with Housing TV Africa, Malam Suleiman said,
To gaskiya kin san Kaduna bariki ce. Ita ce hedikwata arewa a Najeriya. Kuma zaman da ake Kaduna sai ka shirya dan zama ne na 'yan bariki. Saboda haka gida a Kaduna a yanzu yana cikin wani hali na ha'ula'i. Saboda gida yayi tsada.
he pleads with the government to bring the Nigerian economy back to life.
For residents of Oluwaseun, a community in Akure, the Ondo state capital, and has existed for many decades. Despite its years of existence, the community's environmental situation and housing infrastructure is worrisome, not just to the public, but also to the people living there. The environment, which is not conducive, has water flowing on the street, primarily from the bathrooms of people that channeled their pipes to the street. When asked about having access to some basic amenities and affordability of houses in the community, the youth leader of the community, Mr. Aderomu Ajayi, has this to say.
We are the ones moving out in the night, okay, to secure our life, most especially the youth. I will call everybody, to come out to do the vigilantes for ourselves. We don't have a security personnel coming down here. Now, I want to tell you, most of the times we don't have light, but the NEPA men will come to our place, they will collect their money at the end of the day, at the end of the month. As you can see. But I always telling our youth here not to fight with them.
Some other residents who also lent their voices said that the environmental situation has posed a threat to their livelihoods.
A ò lí títì rárá lí títì irikotere gúlúgúlú kéra lórí abáwá àbọ̀bá àpáàkì sí títì lọ́rùn yàrá gan kan lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì Libyan gan náà páàkì sí títì lọ́rùn àríbí páàkì sí rárá ìsàlẹ̀ báyìí kó bá fẹ́ gbàbẹ̀ kó bá mọ̀sẹ̀ gbàbẹ̀ kó ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra wà kan ṣàdédé bá ẹ̀ lálẹ́ kó aṣubú lẹ́ni kí irikotere gúlúgúlú títì rí àìlèjì alógún àní títì.
Kò sójú ọ̀nà kò sómi gbogbo àwọn tó yẹ kó wá kán gbé mọ́tò wá kán wá bá wa ra nǹkan kò sẹ́ni kankan tá a rí.
We don't have tarred road like other road there in Akure here. And here, because of the road now, there's no business. Look at the schools. Look at the women selling things. They don't have money to do their business. And apart from this now, you can see the gutter. We don't have good gutters in this area.
Ilé mọ́tò máa yà gbálẹ̀ líbí kí mọ́ṣíìnì gan bọ̀ báyẹn and device ṣe yìn bẹ́yìn á ní lè gòkè.
Ilé mi báyìí yàrá mẹ́rin wà níbẹ̀ báwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ní gbàǹgbà tí ò sójú ọ̀nà wọn ní òsibí tí wọ́n gbà.
We have a lot of challenges here. If the federal government can help us, okay, to, give us good road so that businesses will continue booming here. Look at the schools. The schools I think we have up to 3 primary schools here now. So with this, if the government can give us good road, we'll be able to have better future.
Àrọwọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ síjọba ni kán jọ kán ṣíjú àánú wò wá. À ń gbàdúrà fún gbogbo àdúrà tá a dẹ̀ ń gbà fún àgbà lórí wọn. Kán bá wa ṣe ìyà yìí pọ̀ jù. A dẹ̀ ti wà ládùúgbò bó la ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ sílé lọ.
My name is Architect Ahmed Dengiwa, the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development. I hereby endorse the Housing Development Program.
One thing we need to know is that the urban poor are victims of life circumstance. The government's plan for housing must begin to address issues surrounding urban poverty through the provision of social housing and relocation of shanty towns and possible upgrade of some slums You're still watching Housing Development. Stay tuned, I'll be back.
It's good news. Are you a stakeholder in the built environment, or you are looking for an authentic, credible source for housing and construction news in Africa? You now have an opportunity. Africa International Housing Show has now created a unique opportunity for you by establishing a full-fledged housing television, the first of its kind in Africa. You can now access information on home ownership, rental, building materials, finance, real estate, and insurance, among others, all on Housing TV Africa, channel 149 on StarTimes.
So glad you're still with me on housing development. The problem of housing delivery in Nigeria is becoming a source of concern to many, as it not only affects the well-being of the citizens, but also the growth and development of the economy. The housing problem has become glaring that greater number of people living in urban areas in Nigeria live in housing environments that are dehumanizing and in unplanned settlement without basic amenities. In this report coming up, these town planners call on government to give fiscal planning the attention it deserves, as this will help increase the development potentials of the nation. Have a look.
Experts in the built environment have emphasized the need for state government across the country to prioritize regional and urban planning, as this will eradicate slums, illegal structures, shaping security and improve on the development of these states. This housing expert noted that state governments have not given the needed attention to town planning as much as other sectors, as town planning affects other areas of economic growth.
As we are all aware, the country is going through a phase of security challenges. Unfortunately, they also overlay with climate hazards, and so with the economic crisis is a compendium of challenges all linked together. The reason why it's timely is because planning profession is like a conundrum of so many of the issues and solutions that address all these problems. Security, if your cities are well planned, if your streets are numbered and named, if your cadastral is able, if you're able to provide cadastral that will provide the facilities to manage the city well. Is it urban governance? It's in the realm of town planners. Is it urban security? It's in the realm of planners. Is it basic services? It's in the realm of planners. So it's now time for us to do the needful, and you can't do the needful without planning. Like they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
This expert also noted the place of state government in listening, examining, and applying plans already presented to them by the town planning profession, as this would improve their governing legacies.
Planning is expensive, and it isn't always that what you plan would be feasible and seen by the people just when you are in power. The thing is, if the governor, for instance, appreciates planning, he will know that it will be his legacy even 20, 30 years when he's out of office. They say, this man did this.
Dr. Emmanuel Nze, fellow of the NITP, lauded state governments who had done well in the areas of planning, further calling for more policy adoption and implementation.
Let me express appreciation for those of them who have already been deeply involved in planning. And my message to them now is to do more. And what do they do to encourage curbing of insecurity? They have to make it a policy in the first instance. Make it a policy. Fund it, because it entails funding. And then make people know, be aware of it, and ensure that the plans of the planners are implemented.
According to these experts, town planning should be of utmost importance as it functions, contributes to the fiscal well-being and development of any state and the nation at large, and further controlling vices and hazards attributed to an unplanned environment.
Housing is a fundamental right, as citizens cannot enjoy other rights without it. A household expenditure on housing is usually one that takes the largest share of its budget. Lowering housing costs then means greater opportunities for households to spend more money on other goods and services, which contribute to the creation of new jobs. Affordable housing is a service of general interest, an important pillar for a social, sustainable, and inclusive society. On that note, I call it a wrap on today's episode of Housing Development. Thanks for watching. I remain Flora Ani, your housing diva. See you soon.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
If you want to get credible and authentic news on real estate and housing development in Africa, or you need that educative platform on how you can own a home through mortgage, look no further. We've got you covered. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on Housing TV Africa, where we bring you latest news on real estate, affordable housing, mortgage and building technologies and materials. Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube. Subscribe now and get best of educative